Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to continuing wall-to-wall coverage of the 24-game, 3-day, 60th Tournament of Champions. We move to the boys bracket now, and it should be a good one. 4-1 Fort Gibson, one of the surprise entrants into the semifinals after beating Tulsa Memorial yesterday 42-40. Todd Dickerson's club ranked third in 4A, and then there's Millwood, 9-2, ranked third in 3A. They are the defending tournament runners-up. Millwood also the defending 3A state champions. And, Doug, this is a game that I think a lot of people have been interested to see, although it's probably not the matchup in this part of the bracket that everyone thought they would see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a clash of two different styles. Both of these schools have tremendous basketball history, and we'll talk more about Millwood's as we go along. But Fort Gibson's, they're no stranger to the state tournament as well.
By the way, it's good to see you and good to work with you, my friend. I didn't see you all day yesterday. I thought maybe our paths weren't going to cross, but fate had other ideas.
Yeah, and you're burning up I-44 back to Mustang, I believe, yesterday to call the game last night.
I did not do Dale yesterday.
I thought you were doing Dale Boys last night.
I did not. My friend Ryan, who is the voice of Muskogee, Mustang, is handling that broadcast. I'm not so certain Ryan didn't call all 8 games yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a long day.
That is a long day, but it's always fun to work with you, my man.
Here's a look at the starters for Fort Gibson. Todd Dickerson. They'll start Brody Scott, a 5'9 junior. Kai Morrell, a 5'10 junior. Cash Keys, a 6'1 junior. Connor Lindsay, a 6'2 senior. And Cooper Hackett, a 6'7 junior. So that tells you one thing, Doug. This isn't the only run that Fort Gibson may have here at the TOC.
No, they, like I said earlier, they're just really strong in their basketball history, both boys and girls. And some people even say basketball was created at Fort Gibson.
Isaiah Wilkes, Amari Berry, along with Chris Clay, Javier Richards, and Jonathan Van Buren for Dorian Williams. Williams had never been a head coach before taking over the tradition-rich Falcon program 3 years ago. All he's done is win 51 of 67 ball games. He actually played and coached at Millwood's rival, Douglas, and was a member of the coaching staff in Douglas' 2023 4A state championship team. Falcons, battle-tested, man. They have played the best. They recently played Link Academy in Missouri, lost by, I think, 14 or 15 to them. Their only other loss came to top-notch Bryant, Arkansas club. So the Falcons getting it done both against in-state and out-of-state competition.
Yeah, doing a little research today. They've got 36 state championships at the school. 18 of those are boys basketball.
And they're probably going to walk to number 19, barring anything unforeseen happening.
3 out of the last 4 and 7 of the last 20 years. My goodness.
Millwood of the home or the road blue and white, trimmed in red. Fort Gibson of the all-white uniforms with red numerals, lettering, and trim. Fort Gibson, the Tigers will move from left to right. Millwood right to left. Wherever you may be accessing our broadcast tonight, whoever you're rooting for, we are glad to have you along here on Squirtle.tv. In the center circle, it's Javier Richards for Millwood against Cooper Hackett, the big 6'7 junior. He will present some problems for this Millwood team. The only thing that Millwood is a little bit vertically challenged. Every other area, they're as good as anybody in the state. Jump ball free on the floor in front of us, and we get a whistle and a tie-up, and they'll re-jump it, I believe, for – it looks like that's what they're going to do. I thought maybe they had said Millwood, Chris Clay had possession first, and then they would have gone to the arrow. But instead, they'll jump it one more time.
I got to watch Hackett in the Winter Classic at Lincoln Christian. He's put on about 30 pounds from last year.
He's a big man.
Strong.
Hackett wins the tip. Brody Scott will bring it into the front court. Millwood in a man-to-man defense. Opening possession. Winner plays tomorrow night for the TOC title at 8:30 here in Tulsa. They'll skip it across the floor. Cash Keys with a basketball. He's guarded out there by Javier Richards. They'll lob it across the floor for Morrell. Kai gives it up top of the circle to Cash Keys. Fort Gibson will slow this game down if they can. Hackett sets a screen. Driving left, Keys. Jumper good from 15. Yeah. And that's the way the ball game starts. 2-0 Tigers.
They're very disciplined, and they'll do whatever they have to slow it down and play a smart game.
Van Buren kicks it off on the left wing side. Amari Barrett headed for Ball State next year in Muncie, Ohio. Van Buren way out front between the rings with 7:10 to go in the period. Pitches left corner. Clay will fire a three. No good. Rebound tipped into Van Buren's hands. Layup for Richards. His stick back wouldn't go. Third opportunity is good.
Activity around the rim. Big time for Millwood to start this one.
Barrett will get credit for the tip in. It's 2-2 with 6:55 to play here in the first period. Todd Miller, Doug Delson with you tonight on Squirtle. Tyler Kerr pressing the buttons and a near steal. Isaiah Wilkes diving And the ball off of him out of bounds as he knocked it away from Brody Scott. Isaiah Wilkes just takes his game to another level. If you've watched this team much at all, Doug, I just marvel. And this is the fourth time I've seen him in the last 6 games. He does things that a lot of guys at this level cannot do.
Some even think you might be calling games for Millwood, but not getting paid for it.
That's exactly right. Scott down low to Hackett and a holding foul. That'll cost Van Buren his first.
Scott's a heady player. You watch him, he'll work inside that high post area. He knocked down a couple shots in there yesterday.
Is he a football player?
I don't believe so.
Wow, he'd be a great tight end. Brody Scott to inbound to the right corner. They'll lob it back out front. Connor Lindsay. 6.5 to go, opening period. Each team with 2 points. Expected to be a tight one. Millwood trying to get the tempo up tempo. Fort Gibson wants to be patient. 3-point jumper, no. Hackett tips the rebound, keeps it alive. Scott off the dribble, pops for the left elbow.
That's Fort the area he worked yesterday. Hit several right there.
Fort Gibson up 4-2. Quickly back the other way. Wilkes from right to left as we watch here inside the BOK Center. Amari Barrett, foul line extended right wing, banks his way to the free throw line. Leaves it out high for Isaiah Wilkes. In the right corner, 3 on the way for the lead. No good that time from Javier Richards. Rebound to the Tigers. Fort Gibson pushes. Morrell into the front court. Almost lost it, dribbling through a double team. Lips it to Scott out front. He'll pull up for the foul line. This time it's too strong. Barrett rebounds the basketball after Van Buren initially had his hand on it. Amari into the front court, weaves his way left. Following jumper on the baseline, side ribs. Hackett down for the rebound. Fort Gibson leading 4-2. We played 2:20 here in the opening period. Winner to the finals tomorrow night at 8:30. Brody Scott spins into the front court, gets a little bit of a rub. Out there on him is Richards. Millwood playing a man-to-man defense. Scott drives, pitches left corner, pump fake, stepping right. Lindsay, he's covered up and bounces it back to Scott on the baseline. 5:15 to go here in the first period. 4-2 Fort Gibson. A bad pass down low. Stolen away. Keys telegraphed that for Hackett. Barrett has it.
Wilkes did a great job, I beg your pardon, to get around the big fella right there.
Wilkes into the paint against the zone. Cross courts it. Van Buren rattles the 3 off for the left corner. And then Richards spikes the rebound hard on the floor, but Scott has it.
Hackett, it'll be interesting. Watch his conditioning as we go. Yesterday, it played a little bit of a factor as they went.
3:15 into the first period. Fort Gibson leading 3-1 Millwood. 4-2 here at the boys semifinal on the TOC. Scott with it right wing. Gets a little bit of a rub. Triggers a 3 head of the circle. No. Van Buren off the front of the rim. Pushes. Now he gets it to Clay. Chris up the right sideline. Gets it off of the baseline. Richards back to Clay to Van Buren between the circles. 3.5 minutes gone here in the opening period. Todd Miller, Doug Nelson with you for the TOC on Squirtle.tv.
It's fun to watch Coach Williams work. Nobody works harder than that young man. Well, there might be a few, but he works hard up and down that sideline.
Absolutely phenomenal job at Millwood. I mean, they are so disciplined offense. We saw them run their offense with a big lead yesterday.
And here they are slowing it down.
Van Buren has the shot knocked out of there. Rebound to Keys. Cash into the front court. That's actually Scott. Funnels it right side. Morrell. Driving baseline. Keys. Bounce pass knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Gibson. First off the bench is the 5'8 senior Bryce Brown.
Hackett with that block right there. He had 3 in yesterday's first round matchup.
Richards comes out. The 6'4 junior. 4 points, 5 rebounds, a steal yesterday in their 76-60 win over Southmore. The 6A SaberCats are playing tomorrow at 10:30 in the 7th place game. Tells you about this field. Lindsay handles a bounce pass. Brody Scott with it out front. Gets a rub from Hackett. Drives to the paint. Pitches in the right corner. Morrell drives. Steps left. Now feeds it back out high for Cash Keys. Under 4 minutes to go first period. 4-2. Keys loses the handle, taken away by Wilkes. 1-on-1 with Cash, glides to the goal, missed the scoop shot, gets his own miss, nobody back, and he lays it in.
How about the smarts to get back in bounds before anybody else could get there, puts it right back.
Game tied at 4. Millwood had gone over 2 minutes without points. Under 3.5 to go first period. Cross midcourt, Cash Keys with a basketball. Keys looks and fires it to Morrell between the circles. He'll get a little screen again from Hackett. Now they roll Cooper. They lob it to him down low. The big guy backing down against Barrett takes a drop step and lays it in. I'll tell you, if he can get positioned that low, I don't know how you stop him.
Yeah, Barrett's got his hands full. You know, offensively, he's a weapon as well, but it'll take a lot of his juice trying to stop the big fella.
Fort Gibson has never trailed. We've had now 2 ties, 2-2, 4-4, and it's 6-4 Tigers. 5 minutes into the ball game. Bryce Brown with a stationary dribble between the circles. Dale's girls already to the finals tomorrow after knocking off 6A Bixby. Wing right, Isaiah Wilkes with the ball. Down to Bryce Brown. Brown with 2:40 to play in the first period. Gives it up to Van Buren. Fort Gibson in a compacted zone. Brown throws up a little runner and a whistle, and let's see what they call. They're going to call a blocking foul on Hackett. That's the first against Fort Gibson. And that means that we'll have 2 free throws for the Falcons, a chance to tie the game.
Man, that was close. You also had Cash Keys right there as well. Thought they might have getting him on the bottom end of that.
Bryce Brown, of the games I've seen Millwood play this year, has not been the first substitute off of the bench. Normally it's been Harlem Fleming, the 6-foot freshman. Brown played 7 minutes yesterday, 2 points and a rebound, and he misses the first free throw. Yesterday, Millwood was 9 of 12 at the foul line of that victory, 76-60 over Southmore. And there's the answer to your question, Doug, is how long Hackett can go. He's out. Dawson Stevenson, a 6'3 sophomore, is in.
Watching yesterday, he won it out with about a minute to go in the first, and coaches kind of looked at him and said, "Now finish it up." So there you go.
Brown's second one is up and good. It's a 1-point lead for the Tigers. They've never trailed. 6-5 our score with 2:40 to play here in the opening period. Millwood never trailed yesterday with the exception of 2-0 against Southmore. Primarily a wire-to-wire victory. Morrell holds out high. Elbow left. Scott backs it out top of the circle. Being harassed that time by Chris Clay. Millwood now starting to really overplay the passing lanes. Keys back up front to Scott.
Watching Coach Williams work right there. He's playing defense as hard as the guys.
And a near turnover. Williams thought it was off of Keys. They say it was last touch for the Falcons.
Yeah, watching Brody work inside again. You'll watch him from the top of the key, and then he'll work down to that mid 15-foot range.
2:17 to play first quarter. 6-5 our score. Fort Gibson ranked 3rd in 4A, leading 3 number 1 Millwood. Another big-time matchup for the Falcons, and a bad pass is a turnover. Keys trying to cross-court it. Nobody was there.
Douglas, Cassia Hall, Fort Gibson, top 3 right there in 4A.
If Cassia Hall and Millwood win, it would be a rematch of last year's 3A state championship game, won late by Millwood in a 1-possession game. They will not see each other in the 3A state tournament. Cassia Hall has been bumped to 4A for the upcoming March event. Bryce Brown into the front court, lobs it backdoor, and it's a 2-handed slam for Richards. How about Bryce from halfway between the top of the key and the midcourt stripe?
How about the assist from Wilson way out there?
Into the front court with a basketball, Morrell. He'll lob it right corner. Millwood tried to really turn the tempo up, and it's another takeaway. Amari Barrett to midcourt. Up ahead, Clay to the goal. Layup good. Millwood has taken the lead, 9-6, and a timeout, Fort Gibson. 1:46 to play. We go to break. There's the last bucket for the Falcons on Scornell.tv.
Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management, is a reflection on our commitment to our clients, each other, and the growth we hope to achieve. As friends for multiple years, we operate like a tight-knit family where harmony and collaboration thrive. Our dedicated team of financial professionals complement each other, drawing on decades of shared experience. With a keen eye for detail, we understand each other's strengths, allowing us to deliver quality service. Our camaraderie extends beyond the workplace. We connect as friends, checking in over the weekends to stay connected. Our bond transcends the typical 9-to-5 workday, reflecting our commitment to genuine relationship. To become a client today, call us at 405-252-5925.
As you travel down the road to the gold ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid.
There's this one, too. Millwood.
5 unanswered by the Millwood Falcons, and they have their biggest lead of the afternoon, 9-6. Throw up ahead for Hackett, who's back out of the timeout. And the ball knocked away, but a foul called against Millwood. It's on Richards, who has his first and the Falcons' second here of the period. Yesterday, in the victory over Tulsa Memorial, Kai Morrell led the Tigers with 16 points, 10 points, 5 rebounds from Cooper Hackett. Nobody else had more than 9 points in that, again, hard-fought 2-point victory. Memorial playing for the consolation title game tomorrow against Owasso. Doug, I don't think anybody saw those two in that side of the bracket.
No, but back to the game with Fort Gibson and Memorial. My goodness, that was just probably the best game of the first day.
Hackett drives as Barrett went for a steal. He got around to Mari, and he's going to commit the foul. So Cooper Hackett's going to go to the free throw line. Barrett with his first. 3 different Millwood players with a foul here with 1:21 to go in the first period. Yesterday is part of his 10-point outing. Hackett was 4 of 7 for the floor, 2 of 3 for the free throw line. Fort Gibson only shot 5 foul shots and made 4. As Hackett rolls the first one home, his 3rd point. He leads all Tigers. Scott and Keys with the other buckets for Fort Gibson. And checking in will be Caden Colbert, a 5'10 sophomore for the Tigers. Hackett eyes it, flies it. Second one, nothing but net. Good touch for the big guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see that. 6'7", probably about 280, if I'm guessing.
9-8, 1:19 to play here in the first period. Brown veers right. Fort Gibson's led by 2 on 3 occasions. Millwood had a 3-point lead. Barrett, cross courts. Clay, 3, got it. Rattled it home for the left corner. This team gets going from long distance, and we've seen it now a lot this year. They are really, really tough to defend.
Yeah, he didn't shoot a 3 yesterday, but that one was bottom.
48 seconds to go, first period. Millwood by 4, their biggest lead, 12-8. It's all started on the defensive end. Wilkes gets a screen, and a 5-second count. Brody Scott, Isaiah Wilkes did a terrific job, dug out high, fighting around that big screen from Cooper Hackett.
Yeah, and I think Fort Gibson would like Hackett to get a little more body if he can. Of course, you don't want to foul there, but give Brody a little more room to work.
Under 40 seconds to play here in the first period. Millwood with possession, a 4-point lead, 12-8, boys semifinal number 1 from the 60th boys TOC tournament in downtown Tulsa. Bryce Brown sets the table out front. Caden Colbert, the sophomore, guards him. It's an underclassman guarding a senior. Brown looks for help. Wilkes pops out right wing. He'll skip it across the floor. Richards drives baseline. Long 2, no. Rebound Colbert, lost it on the way down. Millwood has it. Bryce Brown and a double dribble called against Brown. I don't know how you double dribble when you never initially put the ball on the floor the first time.
Yeah, that's a tough call. The first time we've seen that set that 1-4 high with the crossing high-low action.
15 seconds to play here in the first period. Van Buren returns. Amari Barrett will get a blow over on the Falcon bench. He doesn't come out much at all. Van Buren yesterday, 17 points, one of 3 Falcons, and double figures in that 76-60 win over Class 6A Southmore. 10 seconds to go in the first period. They'll lob it in the backcourt. Cash Keys, and the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. So now with 7.5 seconds to play, Fort Gibson will inbound in front of us in the backcourt. Keys, with his team down 12-8, lobs it to Hackett. Hackett on the baseline is double teamed. Trying to get it to Colbert, broke it up, stolen, behind the back dribble. Clay fumbles it, and he's not going to get a shot off until after the horn. So an entertaining first 8 minutes of high school boys basketball tonight between a pair of top 3 teams out of 4A and 3A. Falcons with the advantage at the end of 1, 12-8. Back after these messages on Squirtle.tv.
When life takes an unexpected turn, you need someone who truly understands what you're going through. At Nixon Dieselhorst, we've spent decades helping Oklahomans find justice, standing up for what's right, and fighting for the results they deserve. Every client matters. Every story deserves to be heard. We are here standing with you. Call Nixon Dieselhorst today because justice, integrity, and results aren't just words. They're what we stand for.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs. With over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractor.
Todd Miller, Doug Nelson back here with you for the BOK. 12-8 Falcons. And how about a statistical look, Doug?
Yeah, so shooting-wise, it's 5 for 13 for Millwood, 38.5%. And then on the flip side, Fort Gibson, 3 of 6. Leading scorer so far is Chris Clay with 5. And then you got 4 for Cooper Havoc.
Harmon Fleming, who can light it up from long distance, makes his debut tonight as he throws it inbounds. Amari Barrett back into the floor to start the second for the Falcons. And a near steal, but a contact with Morrell, who picks up his first, trying to knock the ball away. One of the areas that Todd Dickerson said that they really have emphasized, Doug, his postgame comments after the win yesterday, is on the defensive end. How would you assess what they've done, holding Millwood to 12 points in the first period?
Oh, yeah, and they've tried to run, get after it. They've done incredible defensively. Great discipline on this end.
Barrett drives, spins, goes up one-handed, missed a tough shot. Rebound pulled down by Lindsay. To Scott. Up ahead. Keys to the goal. Layup good. It was going to count anyway. Millwood had their hands in the basket.
Cash Keys, man, under control. Finished with that right hand, cross court.
12-10. Free throw line jumper. Good. Wilkes, and he's slapping his hands saying, hey, there was contact. 14-10 Falcons.
Or the defender was too small. I'm not sure. Either one.
Scott drives left, pulls up again, the elbow of the free throw line. That's his shot. He missed it. Hackett tips the rebound on the floor. There's a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go, I believe, against Cooper Hackett. It is on Hackett, who has his second. That's only the third foul against the Tigers, Doug, and that's huge because their big body 6'7" Hackett now has 2 of those 3.
Yeah, he had 2 fouls yesterday. That is tough. You got to keep him on the floor. We'll see how they play it going forward here.
One thing you'll see from Fort Gibson and a Todd Dickerson coach team is they're going to play their tails off of the defensive end. Love their effort yesterday in that 49-47 victory over Tulsa Memorial. Chargers do not lose in this event often. Wilkes holds it high left front court. Returns a pass from Richards. Right of a Javier screen. Mike drives, bounces, or Isaiah bounces it down low on the way in good by Van Buren. I wondered what I was going to call Isaiah Mike. His dad with the Oklahoma City Thunder had a professional basketball career, and by golly, I got it in today.
Yeah, you did, and you're a huge Thunder guy. You're at a ton of games.
Love the Thunder.
Yes, you do. I do too myself. Had an opportunity to go to some of the finals, and it was something.
Hackett replaced by Stevenson with 6:49 to play in the first half. I've said if you can go, just buy a ticket to one game because you don't see teams like this in markets like that very often.
No, I went to a Knicks game and Sixers last week. In fact, it was not even any comparison compared to what the Thunder do entertainment-wise at Oklahoma City.
Morrell nearly lost it, able to keep his dribble to Lindsay to Morrell. Swings it left side for Scott. Brody Scott with 6.5 to play. Off of the baseline, it's Cash Keys. Back to Scott, left side. Millwood just suffocating right now, the Tigers.
And they have been this pretty much since the middle of the first quarter.
Wing right with the basketball, Morrell. 6:15 to play. Morrell wanted to shoot, instead dumps it down low. Stevenson missed the bunny, but he's fouled by Fleming, and that is his first. And they caught Millwood in a mismatch with the freshman 6 foot against the 6'3" sophomore Dawson Stevenson.
Yeah, Fleming had pretty good position, but then when Stevens, the second effort, came down on top of him.
Can't wait to the 8:30 game tonight to see Roman Poindexter. He had 25 last night, and Cassia Hall's upset of Owasso. First free throw by Stevenson is no good. I know you and Mark had the call of that game, and you guys came out of your skin on a Cassia dunk in the second half.
Absolutely. The give and go back to him. He rised up and threw it down.
Stevenson misses both. Deere still with the other end. Scott saves it in bounds, and the jumper good. Fleming for the baseline. It's his first bucket 2 minutes into the second period. Millwood's out to an 8-point lead, 18-10.
That's how you make up for that foul on the other end. You score coming back this way.
Scott with a one-handed push pass. Left foul line extended to the wing for Keys. Cash, jab step, pulls up, jumper, no good. Rebound to Fleming. Tell you what, Fort Gibson can't buy a basketball. Deflected. Barrett gets it right side. Open jumper from Fleming, no good. Rebound, Barrett goes up and under for the putback.
Been watching him for many years. The effort, the finish right there to go get that second one.
20-10 Millwood, looking for only their second TOC tournament championship. Their first came all the way back in the 1980s. Morrell, foul line extended left wing. Lindsay dribbles up for the quarter to the key. Hands it off to Scott. Millwood playing a man-to-man defense, and boy, they are really, really tightening things up.
Suffocating.
Scott gets it on a bounce pass to Lindsay on the baseline. Fall away jumper, no. Rebound tipped by Barrett. Here comes the Falcons. Wilkes, Isaiah into the paint, foul. So he throws it up. They're going to call an intentional foul against Fort Gibson.
Unfortunately, that's about all Scott could do in that situation. No harm done there. Players are all up. We talked about the clash of two styles. Millwood is forcing Fort Gibson out of their game plan.
Tariq Kaba, the 6-foot freshman, about to come in. We'll get the official call from our referee. It is an intentional foul against Brody Scott. So it'll be 2 free throws for Isaiah Wilkes in possession for Millwood.
You know, that last game you called, it was kind of a situation like this that turned it for Dale Girls. You had a foul and then also a technical. This wasn't a technical, but you do get the shots.
First free throw by Wilkes is good. At one point, Bixby in that preceding game, a 10-point lead. It was 16 to 13. And a foul and a technical was called against Bixby. Dale got 3 of the 4, led 17-16, never trailed again. Wilkes rattles the second one off. Millwood, a pretty good foul shooting team, but they're just 2 of 4 today. Yet the Falcons, who trailed early 2-0, 4-2, and 6-4, have taken control of this ball game. They are on a 17-4 run to lead by a dozen, 21-11. Van Buren will trigger it inbounds. Open left circle 3. Richards short. Rebound Fleming. So he tips it out to Kaba. That's a couple of freshmen. Barrett with it. Foul not extended right wing side. They're going to pull it back out front. Trip 4 to play here with the first half. 21-10 our score. Doug's got the call of game number 7 of the day. His Lincoln Christian girls, the defending champs, coming up next against Union. Driving left, Van Buren shot in and out and then back around and down. Jonathan with 4 points. To me, he gets lost between the duo of Barrett and Wilkes on this team, but he is every bit as valuable as anybody.
Yeah, you mentioned it, 17 points yesterday. How about that right there? Able to left-right finish at the 8-foot line.
Morrell down the paint, double clutches, misses the layup. Wilkes with a rebound. Wilkes pushes into the front court. Drives on the baseline. That's Richards had it stripped, gets it back, goes up and scores.
Great concentration right there after Keys knocked it away.
Richards with the stick back off his own miss, 25-10. Here's the problem, Doug. Fort Gibson is being sped up. They're rushing shots and playing at a pace that they are not comfortable in playing.
Unfortunately, that's the clash of styles.
Morrell cross-courts it. Keys thought about a 3. Is covered up there. Now pulls it back out front to Morrell. His entry pass tipped away. You can't be lazy on passes against this team. They're too quick. Fleming to the goal. Rudder, short, tip, good by Barrett.
Barrett, big time right there. There's a timeout for Fort Gibson, but Barrett to finish at the rim.
3:33 to play before the break. There's the effort by Amari on the glass as we go to the break. 27-10, 3A number 1 on Squirtle.tv.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
We show up every day, ready. When tragedy strikes, we're prepared. It's what we do, it's who we are. Community is the heart of rural healthcare. We come together on some of the worst days because we're holding hope that together we'll experience the best days too.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma.
3:33 to play here with the first half. Looking forward to this one, but right now the Falcons have just suffocated Fort Gibson to the tune of a 17-point lead after trailing at 1.6-4. Underneath, Hackett gets free, missed the jam.
Oh, he's right
They're
there.
going to call a foul. It would have been an and one had it gone in. Instead, it's Kaba's first foul as Dorian Williams has his hands on the back of his head. He really can't believe that was a foul.
Yeah, and had both hands inside the rim. He's going to want that one back.
First period shooting, Fort Gibson 38%, but they have really struggled to even get a good look here in the second period.
You know, we talked about the difference in styles, but yesterday Fort Gibson was able to get ahead of Memorial and run their sets and slow the thing down. A little different today.
Hackett hits both. They needed that. Down 15 of the Tigers, 27-12. Right wing, it's Kaba. Jump passes. Wilkes in the corner. Clay against the Fort Gibson zone. Tigers have tried to stretch it out a little bit beyond the top of the circle. Kaba, diagonal pass to Van Buren. He'll penetrate, throws up a runner. It's on line short. Hackett had his rebound knocked away from him. Goes to Lindsey. Here come the Tigers from left to right. Barrett riding Keys into the front court. Cash cut off left of the paint. Bounces it to Scott for three. That one is short. That's what I'm talking about. They're just sped up. Their shots aren't what they're used to shooting. As Keys knocks a half-court pass out of bounds.
Yeah, and Scott's a good shooter. Just got a little bit out of rhythm right there as the defensive pressure came flying at him.
Making shots is all rhythmic. Doing what you do every single time. And it's the quickness of this Falcon defense. You can't get your feet set very often.
Little 2-3 zone here last trip. Here it is again. Try to slow them down if they can.
Barrett triggers it in bounds in front of the Tiger bench with 2:40 to play here in the first half. 27-12, Millwood. Isaiah Wilkes, right side, Clay. Now to Barrett, touches to Kaba. Bang, he knocks the three down. It's only the second three ball by the Falcons, but the damage is done. It's 30-12 with 2:19 to play before the break.
That all started with Barrett. Defense collapsed on him and found the open man in the corner.
Cash Keys has his pocket picked, and then Wilkes knocks it off Keys. It goes right to Kaba for the layup.
Kaba to quick five right there.
32-12, Millwood. They are sending a message here tonight at the BOK Center. Colbert, back it in, now spins away. Cut off by Kaba, right circle. In the corner, Lindsey's three, no good. Side ribbon, Hackett batted for the rebound, and it's taken down by Wilkes to Barrett at midcourt. Amari swings it baseline left to Van Buren, blocking foul.
That's one of those bang-bang plays. You thought maybe he had position official right there on the call.
It's against Keys, his first personal. That is team foul number 5 against Fort Gibson. 3 different Tigers with 1 and 2 from Cooper Hackett. Here comes Morrell back in, the junior. And going to the bench will be Cash Keys.
I tell you what, Keys is going to fill that one in the morning. Van Buren is built extremely well.
Wilkes will bounce it. Van Buren open from 15, spins it off. Hackett battling Barrett with a rebound. Lost it, ball tipped out. Scott has it to midcourt, bounces it up ahead. Layup good by Morrell.
Very few opportunities to kick ahead like that.
And a steal at midcourt. Colbert then had it knocked away, and it's retrieved by Wilkes, left front court. 1:19 to play here in the first half. 32-14, 3A number 1 over 4A number 3, Fort Gibson. Wilkes bounces to Kaba. Back to Isaiah. Right side, Clay. Right quarter, Kaba. Bang, he knocks down another 3. He's got 8 off of the bench.
Microwave.
Here's another look at that sweet stroke.
8 quick points.
Bottoms up. Scott trapped out front, trying to save it, and does off Wilkes.
I'll tell you what, this front row press group, they've got some good hands.
Thank goodness. That might have been my pop.
Yeah.
On the equipment, then we would have all been fired.
Don't lose the diet, my man. No dead soldiers, right?
Dustin Gooddoe would have had us. I've seen his reflexes. We would have been in trouble.
He's got a great voice. Now we see his great hands.
Oh, boy. Morrell, cross midcourt. You haven't listened much. Scott, back to Kai out front against the zone. 45 seconds.
My wife says I don't hear well, so, you know.
Jumper, no good. Lindsey right side. Millwood the rebound. Kaba brings it to the front court. Bryce Brown's pass knocked away from Clay out of bounds with 37 seconds to play. Dustin does a very good job.
Yes, he does. Last shot right here from Millwood. Coach Williams. Total control of the squad.
Bryce Brown. Years past, Millwood maybe would have gotten 2 possessions out of this. Instead, they're going to play for a final shot as we're down under a half minute to go before the break. Already Dale's girls have punched one of the 2 championship tickets. Millwood's boys look like they're headed to the finals for a second straight year. 12 seconds to play, and the clock continuing to wind down. We're now at 10. Here we go. Brown dribbles out front, attacks the zone, kicks it left wing. 3 for Clay, online short. Rebound saved in bounds, right to Kaba. He missed the stick back. And the rebound fought for at the buzzer.
That would have given him 10 quickly in this thing.
Goodness gracious. What a first 2 periods for the Falcons. We go to the break. Millwood 35, Fort Gibson 14. Doug's back with the first half numbers in a moment from the 60th Annual Tournament of Champions on Squirtle.tv.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods. It's time for a fresh approach. CLA delivers data-driven solutions tailored for every growth stage, boosting your farm's ROI. Ready to get started? Call 833-CLA-SOIL or visit correctionlineag.com. Smarter farming starts here.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been
Welcome back to the BOK. We've got our halftime stats here. These guys do an incredible job of statting all of these games. It looks like this. For the game, Millwood, of course, is on top 35-14, but they are 15 of 30. They're shooting a blazing 50% for the first half. That is 3 of 8 from three-point range, 37.5, and then they are 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Fort Gibson is 5 of 15 for the game. They have not made a three-pointer in 5 attempts, and they are 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Scoring is led by Tyreek Kaba for Millwood. He's got a quick 8 points off the bench. He was 3 of 4, and then he's 2 of 2 from three-point range, followed up by Amari Barrett. Barrett's got 6 points. He also had a nice start to this game, 3 of 6. He also leads the first half in rebounds for the Falcons. He's got 8. And then you've got a host of other players. You've got Wilkes with 5. You also have Chris Clay, who has 5 points, and then followed up by Richards with 4. Van Buren, the big, strong senior, has 4 as well. He had 17 yesterday. Bryce Brown has 1, and Fleming also has 1, 2 points in scoring. Leading the way for Fort Gibson, as I mentioned, struggling a little bit from three-point range, if you will, 5 of 15 for the game. The scoring is led by Cooper Hackett, the big fella, 6'7", inside. He's got 6 points. He's got 2 personal fouls, but he was 4 of 4 from the line and 1 of 1 from 2-point range. You've also got Cash Keys, who has 4 total points. He was 2 of 3 from the field. You've also got scoring from Brody Scott. He's got 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field. Had a nice game yesterday. Scott did, with a total of 9 points. Morrell has 2 points, and that rounds out the scoring for Fort Gibson, a total of 14 total points for the half. 35 for Millwood. Millwood had 10 assists. Fort Gibson only 2. Turnovers go like this: 8 for Fort Gibson and only 1 turnover in the game for Millwood. 6 steals for Millwood and 0 for Fort Gibson. Scoring went as follows. In the first half, Millwood led 12-8, and then they turned it on in the second quarter, scoring 23 points versus only 6 for Fort Gibson. In the paint, Millwood has 20 of their 35 points and just had an outstanding first half. They have 10 on second chance, 11 on fast breaks. They had 11 off the bench. For Fort Gibson, they only had 6 points in the paint, 2 second chance points, and 4 off of fast breaks. They had 1 opportunity late in the game. 3-point shots for Millwood, they were 3 of 8. And we talked about Fort Gibson free throw opportunities, only 2 of 4 for Millwood and 4 of 6 for the Tigers. 19 total rebounds for Fort Gibson. Beg your pardon, make that 8 and 19 for Millwood. 10 of those were defensive for Millwood, 9 on the offensive end. On the flip side, only 1 offensive rebound for Fort Gibson and 7 on the defensive. So the keys to the game, obviously, is the scoring in the paint for Millwood and then the turnovers 8-1, and that does it for the first half stats. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Todd Miller in the call of the second game. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Squirtle TV.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
It's more than just your lawn. It's your grass kingdom, your green canvas, your fairway to heaven. It deserves the Kubota Z400. With class-leading speed, agility, a powerful transmission, simple deck height adjustments, and legendary Kubota quality. When you need comfort, convenience, and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
The future comes fast, which is why it's important to start planning for tomorrow, today. So whether you're setting aside money for something special or just safeguarding it against a rainy day, at Gateway, we've got competitive rates on a full suite of savings products. So consider us your gateway to earning money on your money. Open a high-yield savings account with an annual percentage yield of 3.5%. Visit gatewayfirst.com. Gateway First Bank, member FDIC.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
The perfect golf swing. Getting to the top. Serving an ace. Whether a professional or a weekend warrior, we all want to do our best. But what if you get hurt? How do you get back to doing what you love? The team at DRH Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide comprehensive and advanced treatment for injuries. DRH Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, working to get you moving again.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Student athletes push hard on the field and in the classroom. But when injuries happen, you want a physical therapist who makes recovery personal. Prime Physical Therapy is more than just a clinic. We're a faith-driven, patient-focused team committed to helping athletes bounce back stronger. Healing happens best in an environment where athletes feel supported, motivated, and yes, even have fun. Parents, you can trust us to care for your athlete like family. Call or text at 405-706-1266 for a free consultation in clinic or by phone. Prime Physical Therapy, helping athletes get back to their prime performance.
Welcome to Charleston's.
Welcome back here courtside to the BOK Center. Halfway home in boys semifinal number 1 of the championship bracket. There you see the score of the Falcons 35-14 over Fort Gibson. First half numbers again, 50% shooting for Millwood, 33% for Fort Gibson. They were 3 of 6 in the first period, only 2 of 9 though, as Millwood really turned up the tempo defensively in the Tigers in that second period. Possession to Fort Gibson. They are on the home whites as they move from right to left here in the final 16 minutes of basketball. Loser will play at 5:30 tomorrow night for third place. Driving left, Brody Scott to the goal. Glides, kicks it out front for Morrell. Left wing for Keys. Underneath for Hackett. They force him to give it up. Millwood in his own defense and a throwaway. Wilkes with the interception into the front court. Cut off wing right. That will slow it down to Javier Richards.
I was going to say Fort Gibson looked a lot more posed under that circumstance, but then they turn it over again.
Chris Clay, deep left corner three is good. Clay has 2 made threes. Kaba has the other 2, and the lead balloons to 24, 38-14. Here's another look at it. Deep from left quarter. As my friend says, quarter ball or 3-ball quarter pocket.
Corner pocket, yes, sir. Nothing but the bottom.
Cash Keys out front.
Oh.
Lindsey's 3, no good. Ball tipped out. Keys has it, tries to attack the zone. His pitch out, knocked out of bounds by Barrett.
Van Buren had great position, and Hackett goes up over him, and Van Buren's like, I did everything I was supposed to. Problem is he's 6'7". Van Buren's what, 6'4"?
63 seconds into the third period, 38-14 our score. Kai Morrell will inbound the basketball. To Cash Keys out front, right side, Scott. In the corner with the basketball is Lindsey. Now they set a screen high with Hackett. Scott moves left, reverses on the base of the wing. Jumper rattles off.
Had a little more room to work on that screen. Look out.
Van Buren up ahead. Barrett for the lay-in. Lamari Barrett now with 8 points. Ties Kaba for team and game high scoring honors. It's 40-14 Millwood. Right wing Scott penetrates to the foul line. Back out front for Lindsey. Millwood in that spread out zone defense. It's a 2-3 look. 6:15 to go here with the third.
Really doing a good job double teaming when they can on the big fella.
Scott cross courts Morrell. Hits 3 over Wilkes. Air ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Falcons.
Yeah, I think Wilkes might have got
I think
a piece.
he did.
Yeah.
If so, that will be the first Falcon block shot of the night, and the second, as Fort Gibson had one of the first half, that was Cooper Hackett.
Amari and Hackett back to work on the inside. They started the game like that.
Keys
Battling.
accepts the inbounds pass. Scott deep right corner. Back out front to Keys. Now to Morrell. This is the pace that Fort Gibson wants to play, but unfortunately you can't play it when you're down 40-14. Another 3 put up right wing, no good by Keys. Keys gets a rebound, trying to save it to bounds, and threw it right to Van Buren. To Barrett, all the way to the goal and a foul.
How about the handles right there? Able to break his man down, get to the rack. Got fouled on the floor.
Scott with his second personal foul. I've said this before when I've done Millwood games. Can you imagine Amari Barrett and his brother T.O., who's at Missouri, playing ball on the driveway? I bet that was some hotly contested hoops.
If you were to have a picture of just a basketball player, Amari would be it. I mean, that he's got the look, he's got the length. He is something as he scores right there.
And he's got another basket on the inbounds, cutting to the bucket. He has 10, 4 straight for Barrett. 5.5 to go here with the third period. 42-14 Millwood.
The other thing he is calm, cool, and collected.
Well, he is. All these guys are. Van Buren jumps a route and tips it away out of bounds. All I can say, and I've said this, I think every Millwood game I've done, good luck 3A.
Yeah, I like the whole look, including the shoes. I mean, they got the team shoe. I'm an old school guy, and I just love that. That spells discipline.
They are extremely disciplined. Near steal the inbounds. Now Keys goes to the rack, draws a foul, and at end one, Wilkes with his first.
Yeah.
Keys gets his third basket, and that was making a silk purse out of a Salzier because it was nearly intercepted on the cross-court inbounds.
Very smooth is what you're saying.
Keys to the line for the first time. Splashes it home. 5 of 7 foul shooting for Gibson. 42-17. Van Buren, Barrett wants it, gets it, fires a three, flat. Rebound tipped that time by Morrell into the hands of Hackett. Gibson gallops into the front court with Brody Scott. A behind-the-back dribble. Now he gets separation, fires a three, it rolls off. Barrett the rebound, and back the other way he goes. Jump pass is left wing to Wilkes. Isaiah bangs his way to the block. Fall away jumper, too strong. Tipped by Barrett over the left hand is off.
Barrett led the team in rebounds yesterday, and here he is again. He had 8 in the first half. He's got at least 10 now.
4:43 to play here in the third period. The route is on. It's 44-17. 27-point lead. And a lot of contact. Wilkes knocks the ball away from Scott. And then off the run out, Wilkes gets the layup.
Coach Williams gave Wilkes a hard time about not rising up and throwing that one down.
Timeout, Fort Gibson, 4:28 to play. All Falcons. 46-17 on Squirtle.tv.
Welcome to Charleston's, where great food and great service is what's on the menu. Business lunch after landing that big sale? Check. Never miss ordering our mouth-watering spinach dip? Check. Catching up over some margaritas? Check. Or just a craving for our key lime pie? Checkmate. No matter the reason, big, small, or none at all, you gotta come to Charleston's.
Evolve Events strives to provide a top-tier youth basketball experience in the OKC metro area. Our goal is to create a safe, competitive atmosphere that also works within your budget. We are focused on facilitating an environment that will help all players, teams, and coaches grow. Whether you're aiming to take your skills to the next level, secure a spot on your school team, or one day hoist a gold ball at the big house, Evolve Events has a platform for you. Don't just play, evolve. Visit our website at evolveokevents.com to get signed up for an Evolve event today.
I will. All right, welcome back to the BOK as we are working our way to the finish of this one. You'll have your first championship reservation made.
We will.
Possibly, well, let's just call it Millwood is punched a ticket, I believe.
I think it's fair to say.
All right, I just want to be fair.
Partner, you don't have to go too far out of that limb.
I want to be fair.
46-17, 4:19 to play here in the third.
I got friends on both benches, so I got to be careful, my friend.
Cash Keys with a left-handed dribble, bounces it to Hackett in the low post. He slips, and Richards will draw his second foul.
Yeah, I kind of pulled the chair out on the big fella. That's old school, old man basketball right there.
First team foul, make that the second team foul against Millwood here at the halfway point of period number 3. Keys inbounds, jump shot off the window from Lindsay, no good, left ankle. Good hustle that time, though, by Colbert as he steals it away at midcourt. Then a foul against Richards, who picks up number 3.
I got to get this in here. Fort Gibson, 19 state championships in their school history. 4 of those are girls, but sitting on the bench right now, Chuck London was my college roommate. Chuck's a state champion coach there at Fort Gibson, been there a long, long time. Now he's an athletic director, and he's coaching with his son, who's also an assistant.
Fort Gibson, definitely the epitome of a basketball town. 4 minutes to go with a third, a turnover. Ball off the hands of Colbert. Fleming to the goal, missed it, but he's fouled, and that's Cash Keys' second. He's upset because he didn't handle that pass.
To follow up with that, 14 appearances in the state tournament, and the boys were runner-up in 16 and 17, lost to Kingfisher and Douglas. Now, we all know about Douglas.
They're decent.
They're pretty good.
Here's Fleming to the line. First one is up. Good. Harlem Fleming. Just a freshman, 7 minutes, 3 points yesterday in the victory over Southmore.
Another fun fact on Chuck, he played for the great late David Glover, worked for the OSSAA, and then also big-time administrator at Kingfisher, starting all those runs they had in basketball. My goodness.
Second one is good from Fleming, one of the best guys to ever work in Oklahoma education as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
3:51 to play, third period. Pair of free throws cuts it to 48-17, or makes it 48-17. Stevenson holds it out high. Down to Keys. Stevenson had made a break towards the basket. It's thrown behind him. Morrell picks it up. Kai jab steps with under 3.5 now to play in the third. Kai Morrell, screen left. Trying to dump it down low for Hackett. Knocked out of bounds by Van Buren.
I got to give a shout out to Evan Alexander as well on the Millwood bench. Evan is a trainer for the Legends EYBL team in Norman at the YFAC. My daughter plays on that club team, 14U.
Hackett gets it down low, squares up and rolls it home. Cooper Hackett has his second basket. He's got 8.
I say all that. Millwood's extremely blessed to have him on that bench. He's an incredible trainer.
Van Buren, left side, Wilkes, long three, no good. Almost came in off the glass.
Ooh.
Hackett wipes the window clean for Fort Gibson. 3 minutes to play, third period. Todd and Doug Nelson with you tonight here on Squirtle. Doug will have the call for the next game. Long three, good by Morrell as he rattles it home. That's the first three-pointer for Fort Gibson today after they had 9 on 23-point shots yesterday against Tulsa Memorial. That's their game.
It's been a long time coming.
Right wing, Fleming splashes it home. That's what he does.
Yeah, he says right back at you, my friend.
5 made threes for Millwood. They were 7 of 19 from bonus ball range yesterday.
Shot the ball well.
51.
Defensively, though, today it's been a whole nother level.
51-22. Good behind the back dribble. Morrell into the front court. Guarded by Bryce Brown. Lobs it out front to Hackett. That's where Millwood wants him, outside the circle. Now it's Colbert, and he throws it right to Isaiah Wilkes. Look at the speed. He missed the one-handed spike, and it'll go out of bounds.
I mentioned Coach Williams gave him a hard time on the one before. That one he went for. I'll give him credit, my man.
Boy, he was going to hammer that one down and probably broke the rim off.
5'11", and he shows Coach his wrist where he hit the rim.
Millwood is not real tall, but they are so athletic, they are so quick that they make up for that size disadvantage against some teams. 2:05 to play here in the third. 51-22 Falcons. Matchup of top 3 teams. Fort Gibson out of 4A number 3, Millwood out of 3A number 1. And a moving screen called against Hackett, and that's Cooper's third.
Hard not to see the big fella out there moving maybe just a little bit to his left.
1:55 to play here in the third period. Bryce Brown will walk it across midcourt to Kaba, back to Bryce. Left wing for Fleming. You have to know where he's at all time. Brown swings it right side for Kaba. A couple of freshmen out there again for the Falcons. Fleming holds right wing to Brown. Out of the high post, it's Wilkes. He rattles home a jumper. He looked around, had just enough space. He said, if you're not going to guard me, I'll make you pay.
Just knock it down. Absolutely.
53-22, and a reach-in foul in the backcourt. Fleming picks up number 2. Foul number 4 against the Falcons. So the next whistle in the final 1:27 of the period will send Fort Gibson to the line.
The only advantage of losing this game right here is you get a little bit more rest for that third-place game tomorrow.
That is correct. Fort Gibson into the front court. Right side, Kai Morrell. Morrell bangs into Kaba. Gets separation and nails a fall-away jumper. Kai Morrell with a difficult 3. He has both of the made triples for the Tigers tonight. 53-25, down to 1:05 to play here in the third.
4 for 8 yesterday. No hesitation on that one.
Left side, Brown swings into the corner. Kaba with the basketball, holds. Now it's Barrett left of the paint. Whips it right to Fleming. Another 3, splash.
You talk about pure. That was money for the freshman.
I did the Dale Millwood game right before Christmas. That guy was lights out.
You said he hit, what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, he came in a game that was dominated by veterans and made his presence known. Another 3 on the way, airballed by Morrell out of bounds, and it's off of Fleming, so it'll stay with Fort Gibson.
He was way out there, but also the defensive pressure this entire game probably got some tired legs at this point.
Keys to throw it in bounds. Half a minute to go here in the third. Another 3 by Morrell. Splash.
And then he looks over here and says, I'm not tired at all, sir.
He's got 11. Back the other way. Wilkes a drop step to the rim for the lay-in. Isaiah with 11 points. He's got 6 here in the period. 15 seconds to go in the third.
These guys are so used to playing all the time. Conditioning usually isn't a factor.
Morrell left wing. Colbert. 10 seconds to play here in the third. They swing it to Keys. He'll put up a 3. Rattles off no good. Hackett keeps the rebound alive, then had it taken away. Wilkes on the floor. Up ahead to Barrett, and he will not get the shot off. So we have completed 3 in semifinal number 1 of the boys draw. Millwood 58, Fort Gibson 28. The finish of this one is next on Squirtle.tv.
I will have. Sorry, but how do you choose? I will have. Ooh.
The old-fashioned banana split sends your taste buds to heaven. But the strawberry shortcake sundae tastes like summer in a dish. Then there's the molten lava cake sundae. Oh, but the banana fudge sundae, I'm truly...
Sir, or you could get all four. Let's do that.
Come enjoy your favorite classic sundae at Brahms.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Summer job, babe.
Possession of Millwood underway here with the 4th period. Todd Miller, Doug Nelson, Tyler Kerr, the crew with you here from downtown Tulsa, the BOK Center. Great venue for great high school basketball. Clay, right side, 3 from Fleming. Kaba is good. He's got 11. His first points here for the second half. 61-28.
I will say their stroke looks a lot alike. Very smooth and nothing but the bottom on those last 2 threes.
Scott spins away for the defender. Now spins away again. Look at Bryce Brown's effort. Ball knocked away by Barrett. Picked up by Morrell. Morrell left side to Hackett. Steps through. Missed the layup. It was into cylinders, and Clay has it. Millwood pushes ahead from left to right. Nearly a minute into the 4th period.
After that last 3, they're now 7 for 14 on the game. 50% blazing from 3-point range.
Bryce Brown to a wide open Barrett underneath for the lay-in.
Another thing that stands out, Todd, is 13 turnovers for Fort Gibson, 1.
Yeah, and points off turnovers, 19-0 Millwood.
Yeah.
Right side, Brody Scott, left of a Hackett screen. They cut him for dancing. That's number 4 on Cooper.
32 points in the paint as well for Millwood, 10 for Fort Gibson.
Second chance points, 12-5 Falcons. Fast break, 17-7. Bench scoring 19-0 Millwood.
That's huge. And a lot of that was early with Mr. Kaba.
63-28 Millwood. 6:42 to play from the BOK Center. Fort Gibson will play tomorrow night at 5:30 for 3rd place. Kaba with the basketball. To Brown out front. Right side, Clay. Quarter 3, good. That's Fleming again.
Wow. 8 for 15, 3-pointers.
66-28. 6:15 to go.
I talked about appearances for Fort Gibson. How about 38 for Millwood? They're 80 and 19 all-time in the state tournament.
Lindsey screen left around Hackett. They could have called him for his 5th. Keys shots an air ball. Stick back, no, but a foul on an 8th. Free throws upcoming for Fort Gibson. The whistle goes against Fleming. That's his 3rd. It's about all he's done as badly as foul. Here's Dawson Stevenson, who's 0 of 2 at the foul line. The rest of the team 5 for 5.
So in other words, the next state tournament game Millwood plays will be their 100th. How many schools can say that in Oklahoma?
I don't know that there's any. Maybe Booker T. First foul shot is short.
Amazing.
I would think it would be difficult for even Booker T in the upper levels of high school basketball to play that many state tournament games. Second one is good. 100 state tournament games.
Millwood has found a home in 3A.
Millwood is going to improve their all-time record here at the Tournament of Champions and be back in the finals. They lost here to Owasso last year, 53-47. And a rare turnover as Brown to Kaba couldn't connect. Take a picture because Dorian Williams is setting down. He goes as hard as the players.
Yeah.
5.5 to play. Scott bounces left quarter. Cash Keys with the basketball. Takes one dribble, bounces it out high for Brody Scott. Right of a screen that time from Stevenson. Right quarter, raise and shoot 3, Colbert. Missed everything. Cobb with the rebound. Into the front court, Clay. Right quarter, 3 by Fleming. This time, no. Weak side rebound, Richards. Left quarter, 3, in and out. That was Bryce Brown, but whistle with a rebound. certain what they've stopped play for, as Donnie Bly, a 6'4 freshman, is about to come into the ballgame. A bench warning has been issued to Millwood.
Well, it wasn't on Coach Williams because he's
No.
shutting down.
But they have issued a warning to the Falcons bench as Bly now will come in, and going to the bench will be Chris Clay. He looks like his day is done with 8 points. 5 of the first half. He is averaging 7 and 2 TOC victories for the Falcons. Every game from now until New Year's Eve night from Tulsa, exclusively on Squirtle.tv. Brody Scott with some handles out front to Cash Keys right side. Under 5 to play. Kays, a left-handed dribble out of control, misses everything. Hackett crashes for the rebound, and it'll stay with Fort Gibson.
So Coach Dickerson has a question for himself right here as he's looking at the bench. How long do you go with your guys? You've got to save some legs for tomorrow night's game, but at the same time, you're trying to get some momentum going into that game as Millwood has started to empty the bench.
Foul is against Donnie Bly. That's his first. Kevon Shields, a 5'11 sophomore, tucking his jersey in. He'll come in along with Ramel LeGrand, a 5'11 senior. Saw LeGrand for about a minute yesterday.
Somebody might want to get some ice on Fleming's right arm. He is on fire.
He'll just warm up again tomorrow. Stevenson, Scott left side, spins into the paint, pump fakes, funnels it down low.
Oh.
Hackett pushed off, got by with it. The shot swatted out of there nonetheless. Rebound to Fort Gibson. Tried to go over the top to Hackett. Hackett saves it off of a Millwood player back out of bounds.
The freshman Donnie Bly met the elbow of the big fella Hackett as he all sat down.
And he's going to the bench. Coming in will be Nico Ford, a 6-foot junior, 6'2 sophomore, number 35, Karrison Davis.
I've got a daughter that's a redhead, and we've got a redhead coming in for Fort Gibson. We'll get his name right here. How about the
Nico Ford? He triggers a 3 and misses everything.
How about the redheaded player from Dell over the years? You remember that young man's name?
I do.
Oh,
Easton
my
Edmondson.
Goodness.
Kaba left side. LeGrand back to Kaba. Right side Bly.
The great coach and his father. Wow. Combo they were.
Left side to Richards. He'll spot for 3, and he got it. Everybody's getting into the act. 4 different Falcons have at least one three-pointer, and 3 of those 4 have multiple threes.
6'4 junior says, here, watch me. Corner pocket.
Davis one-hands a pass. It's knocked out of bounds with 4:09 to play. Easton now is a firefighter.
I remember you talking about that last year. Or maybe I asked him. Can't remember. But
had some opportunities to play college basketball and just didn't want to. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. It's a business in college. Much different than high school. Ball deflected to the inbounds. It's free on the floor. It's picked up by Maddox Laney. Ford holds left wing side. Under 4 minutes now to play in the ball game. Like Ford got by with a double dribble. Now it's Davis, raises for 3, misses wide right. Rebound saved in bounds to Stevenson. To Davis, he saves it in left side to Laney. Maddox drives, pump fakes. He's trapped, needs some help. Kicks it out. Colbert drives, pulls up from 15. No. Another offensive rebound from Karrison Davis, and Millwood knocks it out of bounds, and they may have called a foul.
Great minutes right here for these young guys to come in and play in this environment, this stage. Other than the big house, this is about as cool as it gets.
Donnie Bly with his second team foul, number 3 against the Falcons. And Dorian Williams is seated, but he's not happy about these second and third opportunities. Ford caps it off by knocking down a top of the circle 3.
Young man comes in and says, hey, I'm warm. I can go.
3:17 to play, 69-32. This Fort Gibson team can go offensively, but Millwood has just suffocated them today. Top of the key, Kaba's 3 too strong. Rebound pinballs, and Lady has it.
You think about back to the first quarter, 12-8, and it was a nice game, but it's been all Millwood since.
Last lead was 6-5 for Fort Gibson. They've really not been a part of it since then. Davis with it right side, has it taken away. Back the other way, it's Richards for the spike. Rim rattling two-hander, and it's now 60, or make that 71-32.
He's got the big 3 in the corner and then the big hammer down right there. No doubt when he got that ball at midcourt.
2:36 to play. Pressure with the backcourt coming from LeGrand. Davis brings it across midcourt. Davis veers left. Off on the baseline with the basketball is Nico Ford. Angles to the wing and a reach-in foul. Kaba has his second. That's the fourth against the Millwood Falcons, so the next whistle sends Fort Gibson to the free throw line. Ford looking, lobs it out front. Laney with the basketball. Davis with it right front. Harrison, just a sophomore, pivots, got good size, 6'2", puts up a three. It's deflected by LeGrand, comes up short. Millwood running 3-on-1, layup at the other end, good. Good unselfish ball movement. LeGrand, the recipient.
Old school 2-on-1 drill. They do it every day in practice.
Another steal. This one from Richards to the goal. Lays it up off the glass. The follow dunk by Kaba, no good. Rebounded Davis. The Millwood fans about to come out of their seats in unison with that one. Davis backs it across midcourt with 1:45 to play.
6'4" is the tallest player on the Falcons team, but these guys are high flyers.
41-point lead for Millwood. Driving right is Colbert. He's going to the line. 2 shots. It is the 5th foul, and the first against Ramel LeGrand.
With some of these younger guys in for Millwood, how many times have you said this over the years? The future looks bright for Millwood.
I still see this run ending. First free throw's good. 3A traditionally has been a good class over time, but Millwood is just making a mockery of it right now. Second one is good. Just how good they are. 1:38 to play. 73-34. Shields backs it out, puts up a quarter ball three. No. Ball tipped out that time by Richards. The only starter out there on the floor to Bly. He'll step in with 3. No. Ford has it for the Tigers. Flips it up to Colbert. 1:22 to play. Colbert across midcourt. Angles near the top of the circle. Slips. Ball ripped out of his hands by Kaba. He gets it back. Now it's Ford. Flips it to Davis. His 3 bricks for the left circle. Davis follows his shot, but it's off of him out of bounds.
I was impressed with Richards that last trip on offense to go tip that back out. He went up high.
Winding towards a minute to play from Tulsa. Championship game, Millwood to be determined tomorrow night, 8:30. 3 ball, no good. Harrison Ford with the rebound. Nico had it pucked out, gets it back, brings it across midcourt against Shields. Works left wing side for Colbert. Down under a minute to play, 45 seconds to be exact. Colbert drives left, jump shot, air ball. Rebound volleyed underneath, good effort by Laney. Saves the possession, across to Colbert, pump fakes. Now cut off, bounces it out front to Ford. Nico right side to Stevenson, half a minute to play. Double clutching Colbert, missed it. Rebound fought for underneath. Harrison Davis, the stick back wouldn't go. Davis gets it back and swatted out of there by Kaba. Rebound to Bly. Bly all the way to the goal. Layup good.
Nice control by that big fella right there. Finished strong.
Final seconds, milking away. 12 seconds to play, and a foul against Richards. That's his 4th. Javier, the 6'4 junior, the only starter that remains out there with the ball game. Millwood will refuel and get ready for tomorrow night's 8:30 championship game.
Speaking of refueling, you're going to have to in between, my man, because you got the 8:30 game, correct?
I do, and I'm going to refuel. We've got Arnold's Burgers in there. I've already had one, but that's not stopping me. Second one is good.
Roll on, my man.
Cassia Hall and East Central awaits the winner. Millwood will bring it to the front court, and the final score tonight, the Falcons 75, Fort Gibson 36.
Wow.
Millwood. That was impressive. Final stats coming up on the backside of this break. It's the 60th annual Tournament of Champions for the BOK Center on Squirtle.tv.
Summer job, babysitting money, graduation gifts. Sounds like it's time to open a free student checking account with Communication Federal Credit Union. It's made for teens and tweens. Open your new account and get a free Visa debit card for secure shopping power online or in stores. Plus, mom and dad can transfer money in and manage it all from the app. Go to comfedcu.org for details. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
It's game time and the lights are shining bright. Don't get caught in the dark. Power up with the Generac Home Standby Generator from Moyer Electric and Generators. When the power goes out, your lights, heat, and games stay on automatically. Moyer Electric and Generators, powering Oklahoma's homes like champions. Visit MoyerElectricOK.com or call today at 888-265-3020.
Oklahoma Career Tech. It's where confidence is built.
It's more than just practice. It's developing the skills to build a successful future.
We're doing work that matters.
To more than just us.
So, when a family needs me,
When my community needs me.
When Oklahoma needs me,
I'll be ready.
Life moves fast, and you just
Quick wrap up. Millwood wins it tonight in the top 3 matchup over 4A number 3, Fort Gibson, 75-36. Falcons shoot 53%, 31 of 58, 9 of 21 from 3. 4 of 6 for the foul line. Fort Gibson just 4 of 21 from long distance, 11 of 41, 27% shooting, 10 of 13 for the foul line. Rebounds 31-28 Millwood. Offensive rebounds even at 13. Second chance points 12-9 Falcons. Turnovers 2 for Millwood, 17 forced by the Falcons. They had a 26-0 points from turnover advantage. Points in the paint, Falcons 38, Tigers 10. Fast break points, Millwood 26, Fort Gibson 9. Bench scoring 29-8 today in favor of the Falcons. Double-figure scores for Millwood. Leading the way with 14 points, Amari Berry. He had 11 rebounds as well. 13 points for Harlem Fleming, 11 points from Kaba, and also 11 from Isaiah Wilkes. Leading score, only double-figure score for Fort Gibson, Kai Burrell with 11 points, most of those in the second half. Cooper Hackett had 8 points, 6 rebounds to lead Fort Gibson in that category. Brody Scott also had 6 rebounds. 75-36 the final. You see it on your screen. Millwood faces either Tulsa East Central or Cassia Hall coming up in tomorrow night's 8:30 championship game. Lincoln Christian, the defending queens of this event, taking the floor. Doug Nelson, the voice of Bulldog basketball, will have it for you next